Excellent.
Right,
So you're going to hurl a lemon at its face.
I am.
What do you even roll?
I figure it's my base attack bonus.
Oh, look, just give me a roll and we'll see where we come relative to...
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. Is that a critical for lemons?
Lemons have a hell of a critical threat range. Absolutely.
What, they're leaking lemon juice.
Absolutely.
I'd be kidding, you might get splash damage.
Oh, yeah.
So you land this lemon on this boar's face, and lemon, of course, we just talked about it. We talked about
it's got an open wound.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
lemon in the wound.
It's going to be uncomfortable.
It's an angry boar now, and with smarting red eyes.
Does it blind it at all?
Oh,
make
I think
more
it does.
difficult?
I'm
Okay,
going to
cool.
run the boar at -2 now because I think it's only fair.
Alright, we're back again.
Go back again. Nothing went wrong at all. It's all
Excellent.
completely
Oh my gosh,
smooth.
look at this amazing map.
Oh, look, it's almost
Perfect.
3D.
Fantastic. We're loving the projector
Ooh.
tonight. So after setting Ophelia back on her feet, and she stomps off down the path, leaving you to trail in her wake, rather dignified and oining every coin
You are certainly winning it.
of that 20 gold pieces. Woo, so worthwhile. The landscape starts to open up a little bit out of the forest, which is good. So you can certainly see the spiders coming this way and that, should that become necessary.
Does she have a basket? She does.
She has a little basket,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
That's
cool.
right.
I just wanted to make sure the image.
That's right.
in
She's
my head
stripping
wasn't
along, swinging the
distorted.
basket with little blonde ring that's coming out around the sides of her hood.
Okay.
Lovely.
How appropriate it would be for riding, I imagine. She trips across the bridge, making a little clippity clop. So no trolls jump out from underneath the bridge, because that would be really mixing things in a horrible way.
Plus they'd be waterlogged. Poor guys.
At this sudden point, you
Why are
notice.
we so far behind?
Well, she keeps glaring at you every time you get too close.
Within
And then
20 feet.
She starts to make
Yeah,
these.
what happened to 20 feet?
She starts to make these screeching noises. Sort of, and you think she genuinely would dob on you, perhaps.
Okay.
Give me perception checks to notice that large boar.
I've already noticed it.
I got 21.
15.
You notice a large
Oh,
boar.
wait, more than that. 30 something. 30 or 40.
So you see this almost in slow motion, but not actually. Just it appears that way because it's a bit of an intense experience. Hurtling out of the shrub from around behind this ruined section here comes this enormous, gigantic, dire creature, unnaturally
enormous or
large.
gigantic?
It's enormous. In fact, strictly speaking, I think it's large, but that doesn't quite have the same ring to it, really.
Yeah.
It comes. Yeah, that's great. It comes rushing towards Ophelia, little Ophelia, who doesn't even seem to bat an eyelid. As it reaches about here, suddenly out of the bushes comes a flock of black crows who rush at the face of this boar.
Bleh.
As Ophelia trips on, the boar is headed off away from her, and as these crows sort of peck at it, and you guys sort of launch into a run towards, presumably her, or what do you do? Let her get eaten.
Well, the boar isn't attacking us at all, or anyone.
Not at this particular moment. So yeah.
So let's secure this, because it would get over there as quickly as we can.
So you sort of start running
But I have my
towards.
sword out just in case.
Okay, so she trips on as soon as the boar is turned away from her, the crows wheel up into the sky away from it, and you see it sort of shake its head for a moment and then fix its red beady eyes on you, and just begin to head off in a charge towards you. If you're all right to roll initiative.
Love to.
Can't roll.
Oh dear. What's your initiative?
Whoa! Oh no.
You're gonna last.
Tastes like fail.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
10.
10.
What's yours? You get it like a
Well,
plus
you're
10 on
last.
initiative, don't
You're
you?
last.
Doesn't matter, I'm
Bastille.
always last.
Okay, Jatai, you are first before this boar.
I'm gonna charge at it with my flaming sword,
Yeah!
dragging along the bridge. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good sound effects.
You can charge directly and get...
Can I get there?
I think so, yeah. It's a straight
Yeah.
line at it. Yeah. Good.
And I bring up my sword and just sort of hold it in front of me and try and, like a lance, just drive it in.
Oh no, I think we should totally let it come to us and knock it into the water.
Really?
No, it's
No,
okay.
this is fun.
You charge the boar. Attack!
Attack is what I do.
Strategy? What is that?
So,
Excellent. You
Double
hit.
ones.
I hit,
You hit.
causing. I can't do simple mathematics. 14 plus 4 fire.
14 plus 4 fire, that's 18 hit points damage. Excellent.
With the 4 fire to take another 4 damage next.
So rather heavily, your blade strokes into its head, bouncing off one of its eye cavities and flicks up over the top of its skull,
Nice.
opening up a whole sort of sheath of
Yeah.
flesh on its head.
Does it sort of run by me, or how much momentum has it got going?
It had only just started to go at you, so it doesn't actually have that much momentum at all. So I might give it it's going to try and ram you back towards the bridge.
Yep.
So what's your combat maneuver defense?
Yeah, good question.
Probably not more than
Grapple,
26.
21.
CMD versus bull rush, 21. So not more than 24. Okay, yeah. So it's going to push you back.
Yeah, 21
It
against
beats
the bull
you
rush.
by only beats you. So it drives. It comes crashing into you, picking up your sword with you, and you're pushed back towards the bridge.
Right.
Excellent, Castile.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out one of my lemons.
Excellent.
I've got my sword out, I'm gonna slice the lemon, squeeze it, I'm gonna throw it towards its face, towards the eyes to blind it. These lemons are gonna be used.
You've been carrying lemons for like 4
since life assurance.
Since
yeah,
life assurance,
yeah.
if you
I
haven't
hope
seen
they're
life
still
assurance,
fresh.
absolutely. Oh, these lemons are just getting bitter and bitter and bitter and sour and sour and sour. Excellent.
Alright,
So you're going to hurl a lemon at its face.
I am.
What do you even roll?
I figure it's my base attack bonus.
Oh, look, just give me a roll and we'll see where we come relative to.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Pretty good. Is that a critical for lemons?
Lemons have a hell of a
17 through
critical
20.
threat range, absolutely.
What, they're leaking lemon
No,
juice.
no, absolutely.
I became, you might get splash damage.
Oh, yeah.
So you land this lemon on this boar's face, and lemon, of course, we just talked
its
about
weakness.
we talked about
Yeah,
an
it's got an open wound.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
lemon in the wound.
It's gonna be uncomfortable.
It's an angry boar now, and with smarting red eyes.
Does it blind it at all?
Oh,
make
I think
more
it does.
difficult?
I'm
Okay,
going to
cool.
run the boar at -2 now because I think it's only fair.
Great. You used the lemons.
Yes.
You've still got like a whole sack of
Oh,
lemons.
I've got a bushel of lemons.
So you're being driven back, Jataya.
Oh, I'm still being driven.
Not it's your turn. Oh, Ophelia trips 6 squares down the path away from you, as if nothing's happening. What do you do? I want to see Jataya in the water.
Is my sword still inside her, or is it?
No,
it's
it glanced up
back
over,
out.
yeah. So then it's hit you here, and you're being back, sort of struggling, just managing to keep your feet.
Right.
As you're
I think
driven
keeping my feet is probably more important than continuing to hack at a driving boar that probably weighs 6 times my weight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and sort of step this way to have it run
Yep.
beside me rather
Yep,
than
that
into
sounds
me.
good. So give me a combat maneuver. And it's got a whole lot of momentum, so I'm going to make its combat maneuver 16, its defense only 16. Yeah, good.
I
Easy,
rolled
easy.
16.
Good. So you can easily disengage from this
So
and take a
26.
5-foot step to there.
Can
Excellent.
you trip it? Can you trip it? Because if
I
you
don't know if I
trip
want
it,
to. I think I want it on the bridge.
because don't you want it to go?
It's 4 legs, it's going to be really hard to trip.
Yeah.
So
But it's blinded. And it's stumbling
blinded,
around.
that's right.
It's
Oh.
in its blindness.
So I'm assuming it'll keep running if it's blinded. Right?
Yeah, that's
Sort of-
right. So
that
it
was my
goes
tactic.
hurtling forward here, not really knowing what's going on.
It's lost track of where I am.
It's lost track of where you are.
It's not a particularly smart animal.
It's not, and it's very angry.
What smarting?
That's true.
I'm going to give it a combat maneuver to not run right over the edge. Yeah. Okay. So one of the feet sort of clips off. A whole chunk of wood actually breaks
So
off
this
the edge of
this could be the moment to.
this bridge. So it's now got only 3 feet on the bridge and one hanging over the edge a little bit.
Nice. I just...
And it's angry. Yeah, that's good. What do you do, Castile?
Now, this bridge, is it sturdy?
Not particularly, no.
Is there a weak point that I can see on it?
Yeah, give me a perception check hurriedly.
I'll take a -2 to her because I think it's pretty close, isn't it?
So this
So I got 24.
Yeah, this log here on this side, as you've already just noticed, is none too sure and is somewhat rotten. Hence the bull, I mean, with his enormous weight, can go through it. But yeah,
I'm going to drive my sword down into it and weaken the
see if you can dislodge it.
foundation and take it, turn it and knock it down.
So it's basically two pieces of wood with wood planks in between.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can pull this off, the whole thing's going to collapse.
What am I doing?
Oh, give me an attack roll against it. So I mean,
attack the bridge.
Attack the bridge. Yes. Let's say to get the spot you're really trying to go for. You take a 5-foot step forward, maybe here.
Yeah.
And hit a 20 for me. Ooh, that should do it.
Yeah, I did.
Excellent. And do some damage, and I'll give it some hit points.
I did 6 points of damage to it.
Okay, cool.
Do I get 2 attacks at it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I did 7.
7. Okay, so you managed to get your sword in, when the second attack is actually a twist, trying to break this away, and it starts to crack away, but not quite yet. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Ophelia trips her way down the path. 6 more squares.
She's fast.
Just kind of off the path there.
And gets eaten.
It's hard with my hands there.
Yeah. Is she off the screen? Oh, she's well and truly off the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and the boar rushes forward at you. It can sort of just...
does it weaken the bridge?
That's right, absolutely, yeah. It's going to have an attack at you first, because before gravity has any say in it. And then well and truly, its big, enormous tusks come rushing at your body in the order of 25.
Yep, hits.
And 12 hit points damage. And so your hands are crashing the sword down into the thing. One of its tusks scores up your right arm.
Lemon juice off his tusk.
But it's going to do
burns into my wound.
It's going to do 1d6 damage to the bridge as well. And the bridge, it's really starting to split away as a whole lot of its weight from one of its rear legs lands on the edge of the bridge, and the panel starts to really lift off.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Jataya, what do you do?
The bridge is looking very weakened.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just take a couple of steps this way.
Just step on it.
And just stomp really hard on the other end of the bridge to see if I can kind of get the whole thing to bounce and use the weight of the boar, the weakened end, to sort of bounce it and
fantastic.
break it.
So give me an attack roll with your foot. Verse 15. That's not.
Oh, what does that smell like? Smells like fail.
Oh wow. You gotta get one that'll work.
Falls in river.
You are knocked prone. Jataya, so you slam your foot down on this bridge. It gives way immediately. Far more easily than you expected.
I tried way too hard.
It's like, right, crash! Yeah, your foot just goes straight through it.
Oh.
All the panels flick out of the bridge. The crossbar splits and breaks. The boar is heading downwards. Your sword is, of course, wedged inside this crossbar. So will you give me a reflex save to see if you can hold onto your sword? So the sword is stuck in. You see what I mean? And it flicks away, and so the sword is pulled out of your hands. Oh no! the thing breaks. The boar and Jataya head into the river at an incredible rate. Splash! Give me a reflex save to see if you can avoid being fallen on by the boar.
Oh dear.
If this is a 1, then
it's not. It's not good. That'd be 9.
9. No, so the ball lands right on top of you.
Oh man.
Oh dear. What's my swim? It's not good.
Full armor. What is your swim?
My swim is Oh, nothing. I get no modifier on my swim.
No modifier.
So it's just my strength, isn't
0. Okay, which is somewhat.
Which is 4.
Ophelia heads 6 more squares down the path. And you're in the river. Right. What happens now?
How far away is my sword?
Well, it's fallen into the river attached to one large log, and you can see this is a rather rapidy sort of area.
Can I dive after
I
it?
would dive in after it. Yeah, that would be your
gracefully.
instinct.
Gracefully dive in after it. That blurry metal shape.
Excellent. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's easy. Hang on, where are we? I said no. That, of course, I was trying to move the map. Oh, how weird. That was rather dumb.
Oh, it's a fail! Oh, botched his map moving skill.
What I can do is this.
Oh.
Hang on, no, that takes it out of shot. Okay, yeah.
Bearing with a siren.
Okay, right. Good. Okay, there we are. So,
are you trying to
can I dive after my sword, make a roll of some kind?
Yes. So you dive after your sword. These guys float down the river a little bit with a boar on your head. The boar sort of let's give the boar an attack at Digitai while it's in -4. Also, it's thrashing and kicking, and you're sort of just managing to get out of the way. You get kicked in the chest a little bit and pushed down into the water. And you dive in.
Yep.
Yep. Give me. Have you got swim or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Didn't
I
go
do actually
very well.
+7.
+7.
So I got, what's that, 15?
Is that 15? 15's enough, yep. So you dive in, you manage to grab the log, not the sword yet, so you're floating down the river with the log.
But the sword's still attached to the log,
River comes back around right next to her.
Splash. Excellent. What do you do, Jataya?
Gotta try and get away from this boar.
This is the best botch ever.
It's so good.
I love it. Like, it could have been
river?
quite a simple scene, but this is actually made it heaps more fun.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just try and swim away from the boar.
Yeah.
Sort of push my way off the boar.
Yeah. So give me a strength check, which is what your swim is.
Yeah. It's 9.
9, yeah. So no, not really at all. I mean, it's flowing downstream. You're underneath it, flowing downstream with it. Still underwater. You're trying to push. It's very, very heavy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you get wedged between rocks and the boar? No.
That's lucky.
My new fabulous die that I got from Gen Con. No, it's from Gen Con Indie, which is yeses and nos, which I really, really like. No more. Oh, there's
no more of these
yes.
odds or evens.
That's right.
For us. Those are for lay people.
It needs a maybe. Ask me again.
Signs point.
Good. Ophelia is now sort of off around the. Or who knows? You don't even know where Ophelia is in her little red cape.
Shoot me anyway.
Oh, look at water, please. Good. Do you want to give me another reflex save to see if you can grab this sword?
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god. It's getting really thick with clouds here.
It's really smoky.
Fail.
You grab the blade of your sword
Instead of
take 2 hit points damage as your hand slides down the blade.
I still have lemon juice on my hands.
You're now floating further down the river. Give us another reflex, another swim check to see if you can get away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
22.
So with a strong kick, you push out from underneath this boar. Finally, just as your lungs are starting to scream at you, and with great effort, so you're going to try and let the boar get downstream from you.
Pushing.
You just managed to push aside, and the boar is thrashing.
Easier to push
finally.
it downstream and
definitely.
try and push it upstream.
Yeah. So it's floating. It's starting to sort of scrabble on the rocks and stuff, and try and get itself out of
Has it taken any damage in the process? I feel like it would have much more chance of hitting rocks than us.
Yeah. Well, it had some nice cushioning underneath it before, so yeah, it's got something tangled in its legs. You come bursting out of the water. You're weighed very heavily down with your armor.
I seek to grab the log.
That's right. Okay, good.
Which is behind me, I assume.
Is this the one with my sword?
You are.
Oh, good.
If I botch, I will grab the sword.
So does the boar just scrabble out of the river and run away? No. Okay. So the boar's having trouble getting out of the river. You're grabbing the log, which is getting washed faster down. But the ground is within reach. The river is no more than 5 feet deep. So your feet
I
are
put my feet down.
you put your feet down, clunk, trying to desperately stop this log from carrying you both down towards the boar and the sword. That's right.
All right.
Do you want to give me another reflex save?
No, I don't know if I'm going to change dice and see what happens. What's my reflexes? 8 plus 13 is 21.
21, yes, okay. So finally you lunge out of the water because you put your feet down and you realise, oh, the bottom's there. You push up out of the water and grab the handle of the sword and, what do? You're going to help him?
Oh, yeah, I'll give him a hand.
Yeah, so you give me a reflex save too.
I'm not very good.
Because
I don't have good reflexes in the first place.
you sort of also try to do this.
+5.
And you maybe sort of grab around the sword and you give it a great big twist. Give me a strength check so you can get it out of the log.
No.
So the log rotates and you're both plunged down underneath the water. You're pulled up over the log with him and now you're heading down towards the rocks.
Oh dear.
The boar is just right there. And you now bumped into the boar and the boar turns around and thrashes his tusks at you. And does a 12 get anyone? No.
Got it.
Yeah,
No,
so you
19
clashes against your armor, Jataya.
I've got the log and the sword. I've got the sword in my hand, but I've got a log attached to it. Is that right?
Yeah. And Jataya's now over the other side of the log on your side, head down with his face.
There's rocks in the river?
Yeah.
Can I position myself and kick off one of the rocks and use the sword and plunge it through into the boar? And split the log into
That sounds pretty epic.
How can I do that?
With some sort of decent roll that's more than 1 would help.
Probably. Or a 2.
Give me an attack roll.
3! Well, it's not a 2 or a 1. So I got, I don't know.
You managed to actually wedge
I got 20.
Yeah, that's right. You managed to wedge the log so it's actually caught against 2 rocks on the side. And so then if you would continue, it would slide through. The log actually does split. But the sword just didn't have enough force to drive the sword all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
The boar let's see if the boar gets out of the river.
Yes.
So it managed to sort of flailing hooves smashing against the flinty rocks. It comes up out this side.
Oh, that's nice.
And you guys are now caught on this log with the water rushing past. Jataya, let's see if you give me a swim check to see if you can get your head to the surface.
Yeah, 22.
Excellent. So Jataya does this quite inelegant but effectual somersault, comes bursting up out of the river, and grabs onto the log, which is now kind of forming a bridge across.
We're gonna try and climb this way along the log
to
get out on the opposite side of the boar.
The boar clambers up out of the water. Its wound now cleansed from stinging acid.
That's nice.
It makes to turn around and come back sort of to attack you, but the banks are reasonably steep and its feet sort of make it nervous and slip out from beneath it, and it just roars, puts its head showing its tusks at you. And you clamber out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still have the stick of the sword with the pulse?
No, you managed. You now easily pull it. That's right.
All right. Where is she?
So you come drag yourselves out of the water.
Where is that girl?
We've got to run.
You go bolting and sodden down the pathway.
Oh dear, that was the worst.
I think that was great. It turned like a simple encounter into something really fun.
I love that we both ended up in the water.
Yeah.
And what's she doing when you find her? Certainly not that. What's she doing, do you reckon?
She's picking mushrooms.
She's picking mushrooms,
in
absolutely.
Definitely
and
different
probably
scale.
singing under her breath.
She's just happily humming to herself.
That's a very narrow bridge.
Do you reckon that's wide enough?
I don't know, it's a very small place.
It's not really, it's not really, it probably needs to be bigger.
I think it needs to be bigger.
Okay, good. What do you reckon, like that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, excellent. So she's just happily picking mushrooms. Well, who the hell knows what she's looking at, actually?
Yeah.
When you actually start to get up...
No, not too close.
Not too close, that's right. She's nowhere near here yet. You see her... you see her little eyes look back at you just momentarily.
Anymore.
And you guys
smell like lemon.
are a sorry sight, dripping with water and staggering, and Jataya every now and then coughs up a bit of water out of his lungs.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm not Not made for swimming.
Can I down a moderate healing potion?
You can.
That's a D8.
As soon as you start to come into range, you see her quickly cover up her basket and then quickly trip on down the path. And moderate wounds is 2d8 plus 5. I don't know. Sorry.
Moderate wounds is 2d8 plus 3.
2d8 plus 3.
Cool.
Excellent. How much did you get?
10 all up.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I won the wolves race.
You did.
First time ever.
Woohoo! Yay! Hey, remember you got a hero point. Excellent. So eventually, you come to this place, which is a bridge crossing over to a small island in this massive lake. Sort of acts as a sea, really. Maybe you can see mountains on the other side. And she triply haps.
That's a brilliant one.
She happily trips along, swinging her basket, which is now veritably laden down with oddities, small bones of birds and lizards, bits and pieces and things like that. Bits of guano from bats and guano, and all sorts of bizarre little plants and things like that. And she just keeps going towards this house. It's a weird old sort of house.
Like a fort, a log fort.
Yeah, no, they're just the walls. They're log walls. It's made of wood, very little stonework, and certainly no metal work. This bridge, which you see her go over, is all wound round with flax and stuff like that, forming the little ropes and everything. Looks very
Looks a lot sturdier than the previous one.
This bridge is in quite good shape.
I think we'll both walk around, 2 hands on the rope, slowly coming across.
You see as she crosses the bridge and knocks at the door, you guys come along. That same flock of crows does this wheeling turn as it returns from the bush and comes down. It flies right sort of past you, looking at you. I don't know, with a slightly weird intelligence, and then wheels up into the sky and then dips down behind the house. And disappears. You see the girl knocking on the door, and as you're carefully, gingerly making your way across bridges, it does seem quite sturdy. Actually,
we now have phobia for bridges.
Yes, right.
Forever after these two characters.
Why does it always have to be bridges? The door opens, and there's this wizened old woman in a large black cape, not unlike her daughter's red riding hood.
Hairy old.
What big eyes you have!
She does appear to be human, but she has a sort of relatively warty and hairy face, and
she's a wedge boner.
She is though.
You don't know that. We don't know that.
You see her. The little girl just holds her hands like that, and this old woman grabs her. That's right, and tears her head off and eats her heart. No. And picks her up and gives her a great big hug, and the little girl's feet sort of swing behind her.
Oh, that's lovely.
And she enters in, and just as you're reaching the edge of the bridge, they enter inside, and the door slams shut.
Well, our job here is done.
Well, we probably have to escort her home again, don't we?
Lemon.
So you sit down. Sit down at the end of the bridge.
I'm so glad you bought all this.
Excellent. I'm going to listen to the door.
You're going to listen to the door, so eventually you get bored enough to go and listen to the door.
Or peek my hand through a window.
Yeah.
Are there any windows? Can I explore around? I want to see what those crates are.
Yeah,
me
cool.
too.
Let's have a look.
Whoa!
You imagine they go inside the walls.
I want to go this way a bit too.
Can I? Hang on.
No,
I can't.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
You can see 2/3 of the island.
That's right.
There is the rest of it.
How do I do that? I should go to if I double click.
Oh! This is really trippy.
No, I can't. Even more, I can't.
I can see half the island.
Alright. Anyway.
So you explore around the island. Yeah. It's a well-built wooden house, yes, as we said. All doesn't even seem to be concrete piers or brickwork or anything. Everything's stakes driven into the ground. There's vines and things around this side of the island. It's quite a sheer drop. In fact, most of the way around, there's waves crashing on some rocks. Maybe it's only sort of 15-20 feet down to the surface of the water.
You can't quite see it clearly.
And I don't have to make it as a road. It was further away. You're going to stand on your shoulders. The height of the bridge was just enough to make you nervous. If you go around and listen at various different sort of gaps.
And windows. There are windows in this place.
I guess there are probably windows, yeah. That's right.
It would be quite dark inside, I think.
It would be, wouldn't it?
It would be hard to light.
Yeah, that's right. You smell all sorts of exotic smells and things coming out of the cabin.
Do we recognise these smells?
Almost like wet dog.
Definitely not like wet dog. More like concoctions and
witch's brew. double, toil and trouble.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely some kind of druid or worse. You can certainly hear the girl's high peeping voice, and little feet sort of running back and forwards in there. Sounds like she's not being eaten or anything like that. And you can hear you can't, everything's muffled obviously very, very much, but you can hear the happy daily goings on.
Great. Let's knock down the door.
You gonna go around back to the front?
Yeah, well, there's no entrance, is there?
There's no entrance. We do a whole. You do a whole circuit, and you come back and settle down at the front, thinking, "Oh well."
Light ourselves a fire.
Okay.
Oh, good idea.
On the front steps.
Yeah.
Can we? Or maybe just here, just around to one side.
Yeah. Okay, you're just starting to get a fire.
There's a bit of shelter here, where the.
So as you just got the fire going, you're starting to. Have you got some stuff you can actually cook on it, or cook yourself some
lemons?
Look at lemons. We can cook some lemons.
I don't know. What have I don't even have anything.
You hear the door creak behind you.
You just have a fire to get warm.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're wet. We're soaking wet.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes, you're soaking wet, and it's well into in the afternoon. The sun is beginning to set.
And we're going to have to sleep here. So we're just preparing camp.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you bring the tent?
As the sun
just brought a bag of lemons. I figured that was all we need.
As the sun starts to set, you hear the door creak open from the front, and the wizened old woman comes out. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
she's holding
Skylar.
a basket with a cloth over the top of it. And so it says, I wonder if you might like some of these. And she takes off the cloth, and there's some little muffins there.
Oh, these look innocent enough. Thank you, Lady Skylar, is it?
Scarlet, yes, Scarlet.
Thank you, Lady Skylar.
Thank you for taking care of my daughter. She seems to have arrived unscathed.
What are they?
Muffins.
Cool. Can I make a sense motive roll?
Yes.
Oh, good idea. Me too. Me too.
Not a lot for it. 24. Oh, that'll do. Oh, I got 20. No,
20.
wait. 20 plus... Yeah, 20 all up.
She seems genuine to you. She seems rather confused at the question about...
I'm sorry, my eyesight isn't very good.
Oh, yes. Difficulty there. You can see far distances, I'm sure, very well from you.
How would you know
She
that?
puts up a hand like this and puts it on your forehead.
How long does she do that?
Well, you don't have a temperature, at least. You have the muffins.
Oh, thank you.
She just hands you the basket, and giggling to herself, she goes back inside and slams the door.
Well, that was strange.
But rewarding. Muffin? What flavour? I can't see.
Oh, well, I'll try one. I'll try one.
Excellent.
I think we should both try one simultaneously.
You eat the muffins and you don't get poisoned. Because they're just nice muffins.
They are great. What flavour are they?
They're maybe some sort of berry? Maybe there was some of the
My
berries that
favourite
the
is
little
something
girl
berry.
collected on the way.
And mushroom, berry and mushroom.
Maybe it was baking muffins that you smelled only.
Yeah.
I feel lulled into a false sense of security.
Yeah, I enjoy mine with a sprinkling of lemon juice.
Oh, is it?
So you set yourselves up
legs.
with a tent, you know, sort of attached to the house, I guess, semi sort of.
How old are these lemons?
At least
That's
several
not too.
months.
So are they fermented? Like, can we get drunk off the lemons?
Yeah.
You also have coffee in wineskins.
Oh yes. Coffee and lemons.
You don't have any way of heating it on the fire. You can ask for a pot.
Put it under my armpit.
I've got a helmet, don't I?
Cold coffee. A helmet. I'm sure you have a helmet.
Don't I use that as a pot?
You pull out the padding from
Like
the
freaking MacGyver here. This is awesome.
I don't actually have a helmet. I'm really sorry.
Anyway, I drink it like cold coffee. It's alright, it's okay.
It's alright.
It's an acquired taste.
That's right, it is. And yes, you pass the evening.
Playing dice.
There's clearly wildlife on the mainland, but things stay clear of the bridge. Nothing comes and sniffs the bridge. This flock of crows sort of appears off-puttingly in the middle of the night and flies off. Swoops past you as if it's having a look at you, and then runs across runs along the bridge and flies off into the forest.
Yep. I shoot them.
You shoot them. You can go to night, one of the night sounds if you like. Elven Vale in the night.
Is it a peaceful night?
It's a peaceful night.
And thankfully not raining.
It's not raining, no.
Oh, around the campfire.
Yes. Yay! You set yourselves afire.
Press some buttons like a box.
Oh!
That's more like popcorn.
It's
Let me turn it down.
lovely crackling wood.
It is.
And nothing happens in the night apart from you set a watch and
Turn the campfire down.
I'm turning the campfire down. Turn the campfire down. Yeah. Sorry, go.
you can control every element.
You can. That's what's so awesome and flexible about
And
this
with
system.
version 1.2, you can actually save your settings once you set up a mix just the way you like it.
Very good.
Yeah, so the night passes uneventfully. There's probably singing, I guess, coming from inside the cabin.
Like nursery rhymes.
Yeah, sort of. Maybe it's hard to hear.
Almost like ritualistic spells.
That's right. Maybe
I'm gonna listen.
incantations.
Can I listen in?
Yeah, it kind of makes your ear twitchy, sort of listening to them and stuff. But you can hear the slightly out of tune piping of an 11-year-old girl and the very raspy, so I guess you call it screeching perhaps, though it's nice and soft of the old woman. And that seems to go definitely past midnight. They definitely stay up till well past the height of the noon. And but eventually you guys, with nothing more to do than to go to sleep.
I'm immune to sleep.
You're immune to sleep.
I sleep. Yeah.
I don't know what that means exactly, but I think I drank enough coffee that that's the case. That I'm immune to sleep.
You guys are finally drifting off in the morning, and it's starting to heat up. Did you get out of your armor, Jatai?
To sleep?
Yeah, I mean you really have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you help him out of his armor.
Well, I don't know if I help him. That's kind of his thing.
We're hearing about this. We're hearing about this at Wereweta and how long it takes to get in and out of armor, and with the help of someone, you can do it in about half an hour.
Well, that's her singing. That's the crone.
That's her singing, the crone.
Only this is a lot more sonorous.
Yes. Lovely singer. I wonder who that is. Might be me. So, yeah, excellent. So you get out of your armor, you're just snoozing there in the morning, there's a few bugs that start to crawl around and stuff like that. But yeah.
I'm used to that.
The sun
That happens at home in my bed.
That's right. Exactly with your see-through walls. The sun is just starting to crack over the horizon, and the door creaks open, and just walking straight out of the door without acknowledging in any way, little Miss Red Hood just walks straight out of the front door and starts to make her way across the bridge.
Time to go.
I've got to put my armor on.
Well, we shall do that as quickly as we can.
How fast can we put the armor on?
You could put a part of it on and be at kind of -4 on your armor class.
Yeah.
Slowly
Very
put it on as you go.
hurriedly. Yeah, you guys do this mad scrabble and try and pack up the tent. And
Surely I can put my chain... Like, it's chainmail, it's not
That's true.
I can
Okay.
just throw it on, can't I?
Yeah, you can throw it on.
It's like putting on a shirt, except
yeah. There's all
slightly
sorts of
heavier.
other coverings and all sorts of tabs you have to tie up to make yourself. So probably in that case, if it's chainmail, I might give you -2 on attack and -2 on AC until you've spent a fair amount of time fixing it up.
Yep.
So if you can imagine the rather comical scene as this impetuous youth just walks off straight down the path. Presumably she's going to stick to the path, but you guys make frantic attempts to and pull the tent down. Frustrating knots,
There's
refusing
no
to
tent.
give. There was a tent, set up above the.
No.
Did you make covering or not?
We don't own a tent.
You don't know. Okay, good.
We had a fire. We had a
Okay,
fire and
okay,
lemons.
okay.
We had lemons.
Okay, well, that's right.
The fire kept us warm.
Okay.
It didn't rain.
It didn't rain. Okay, good. So you're
And
you're
the
just-
lemons kept us
You're
nourished.
just stuffing stuff back in your backpack, and you're frantic. You just chuck the thing on, and okay.
Yeah,
So
chuck
she
on the
doesn't-
chainmail, but don't tighten any
Okay, so
straps.
she doesn't actually get
sort
that
of
far ahead
flapping
at all.
around a bit.
Okay, that's good. Good.
And we run across the bridge so wobbly that she falls over.
That's fantastic. She ends up not too far ahead, and you manage to establish your subtle following on pattern. I like it. Right, where do we meet?
Forest number 4.
Forest number.
Ooh, that's a cool forest.
Would you go spooky forest? Definitely.
I definitely will. Are we in spooky now?
Oh yeah. Go this way.
Stalked by the Lich Child. Which is what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, I do imagine that she's probably going to transform into something hideous that we'll have to kill.
I really hope so.
I really like that. Alright, do you want us to put these minions on?
Yeah, so you're coming this way back down to town, obviously.
Yep.
Yep, good.
We've been through here. This is a path well
You have
trodden.
been through. No, you haven't been through this way. So she actually takes a different route back home.
Okay.
This route is far,
More sinister.
far more sinister.
Although these trees look beautiful.
They do. Kind of has a.
Is it spring?
It is.
Are these
it
lemon
is-
trees?
It is. It
They
is
look like
spring.
lemon
They're
trees.
blossoms. They're
Oh,
blossoms,
okay,
like
okay.
an acacia kind of thing.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
And she makes her way a bit further south on the way back this time.
Can I go ahead of her
You can try and go ahead of her, yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
scout ahead
Okay,
as
so-
a ranger? I
okay.
figure that's maybe what I do.
You agree to do that, Jataya?
I'll mark.
Stick yourself down here then.
I'll mark the rear.
Excellent.
Because she just said 20 feet away, essentially.
Yeah. So you're gonna lag. She's a bit annoyed. Yeah. When.
I'll stay in cover as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay. So you're sort of trying to stay aside for the little girl. How considerate of you. That's
I am. That's the kind of guy I am.
I don't take nearly as much care, but I stay at enough of a distance so she doesn't hate me too
You're
often.
mostly dry. I mean, you spent a night shivering, sort of, with your damp clothes, which you. And
now I'm wearing slightly flappy chain.
slightly flappy chainmail.
Stealth
Good,
may be
isn't
your forte in this bit.
No.
Unheroic by a
Maybe
little girl.
disguise. I don't look
No
quite
one
as
recognises you.
awesome as I usually do.
That's fantastic.
Incognito.
It's about at this point on the path that you notice something a little strange. You notice.
They're not lemon trees. They're lemon monsters.
You notice that these lovely trees are actually covered in lots of. I guess they look like grasshopper type things.
Do I recognise them being a ranger and all that? I have knowledge of nature.
Yes, they look like a Wereweta, which is about that big.
This is almost inspired by your trip to New Zealand or something.
I bought this Wereweta at a certain special effects thing. So they're about in this real life relative to you, and they're all over this tree. Dozens and dozens and dozens of them.
It's a little bit frightening.
It's okay, they probably just eat plant.
They seem to be sort of taking the tree apart.
See?
Chopping off. You can actually see imagine the tree sitting there, and these pincers going chung chung chung, and that whole sort of little limbs are falling off, and all the blossoms falling off and going around the ground. You notice a couple of the other trees. You realise that you saw them like denuded with all the soft stuff chopped off and dropped down to the surface, like a bunch of recalcitrant cockatoos.
I hope our soft stuff doesn't get chopped off.
For the viewers at home, look up Wikipedia for cockatoo.
Yeah, cockatoos are terrible.
They're like rats, basically. They're rats of the air.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They'll take a veranda apart. Sort of,
Or they love the overhead lights, the street lights. They'll rip the cover off and pull all the cables out.
Yeah. They're beautiful animal.
And protected species, probably.
Yes.
Anyway, wetters.
Give me a perception roll, the both of you.
Or are these werewetas? I got...
30. I see
16.
everything. Even in the spiritual realm.
So no, I may have said that this was this size relative to you, but now what you see, Jatire, is this size relative to the miniatures.
Look out, there's a giant Weta coming towards you.
16 wasn't enough?
No.
Wow, these things are camouflaged.
It's coming up over the rocks, so these are quite high, big sort of a rock face here, and then he's sort of coming up.
Cool. So you shout out a warning?
I will shout an attempted warning. Look out! There's a Weta coming! To your left.
Let's all roll for initiative.
Look to your left.
Hit some battle music, John.
You lost again. You brought one for initiative twice.
Have you got the dragon battle music there?
I have everything you need.
Hit that. No, not the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Not the actual... Yeah, that's good, yeah. Did you go... I think it's angry?
There's nothing that's called I think it's angry.
Oh, we upset it?
I think we upset it.
Yeah. Just a click, you're dragging. Just, yay!
Nothing wrong with the app, just the user.
He rolls well.
It sounds like a dragon.
It does. Oh, that was a bit... Oh, I can be louder than that. No, not that loud. Yay! So smooth, the operation.
Yeah. Well, it is when I hold it down and mute the whole thing.
Fantastic.
What was that over there? What? I was eating a lemon.
Oh, we didn't roll very well on this initiative either.
I got 11, did I tell you?
11. Okay, Jatire gets a turn.
You go first with 11?
Then the Weta.
The problem is that I'm about 80 feet away. Split the party.
So this thing is clambering up over, and you can see it's about to do one of those sort of springy sort of attacks and jump on its behind.
Is Little Red Riding Hood still tripping along nicely?
Yes. And she stops about there. She goes about there, and she just looks up at it. It's the first one of these beasts she's actually acknowledged. And yeah, you see her look up. You can't see her face or anything like that. Yeah.
I'm tempted to just let her see if she gets killed by it. Just to see it as an experiment, you know.
The problem is it's not a repeatable experiment.
Oh well, there you go. We know now. Innocent little girl eaten by a large grasshopper insect thing with vicious.
So I'm first, aren't I?
You're first.
Right, I run.
I'm using a different dice.
So you can do a double move and move again, and that's the end of your turn.
You can just knock her over.
Do you glance back at her when you go past?
Yeah.
She's standing like this.
So she's seen it and doesn't seem to care one little bit about it.
That's correct. She's certainly not quaking in her boots or terrified or wetting herself or anything like that.
Right.
We're not getting paid a lot of gold for this, you know.
Not overly, no, not considering what's happening.
Considering she may have something to do with what's happening.
It leaps on you, Castile.
It can try, probably successfully.
Ooh, 13. What's your flat-footed AC?
15.
15.
No, 16. Sorry. 17 now. No, 15.
So it jumps on top of you. It sort of has these pincers and comes leaping on top of you and knocks you sort of backwards because you're completely not expecting it. I guess you hear the cry, you turn around and you get hit with the full force of an entire grasshopper Weta thing. And its pincers clasp at you, but you manage to twist out of the way.
This is a dire Weta, isn't
it? It's certainly monstrous and large and yes, enormous. Jatire.
I am going to attack the Weta with a flaming sword.
A Flaming sword. You can run your sword along these rocks.
Run the sword along the rocks. Sort of sparks showering off the back of it as it slides along, and I'm gonna try and hack away a couple of these legs if I can.
Excellent.
Probably these two.
Good, go for it. Do your worst. Which is
I did. No, I didn't. I did quite well. So that would be 29.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Are these classified as animals?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's a whole lot of ones.
Oh, that's 3 ones.
I managed to roll 3 ones with 3d6.
Oh, so that's
quite hard to do.
Plus what? Plus
like a mutant snake.
Plus 9, though, is it? Or plus 6?
It's plus 8.
Plus 8.
Yeah.
So 11 hit points damage.
Yeah, one of those is fire damage.
Yeah, that's right. Your sword.
Do I succeed in cutting a leg off?
No, it glances off its
It's a bit stronger
lobster like outer exoskeleton. Yes. Fantastic. It attacks you, Castile. Its pincers. It doesn't like you.
Oh! Look at that godly ray.
Beautiful.
Oh, gee, there's a lot of these things happening tonight, aren't there?
Yeah, it's almost like Weight of the Dice, just for more entertainment. But we didn't.
We didn't.
We didn't.
Also, it's quite hard to wait a d20 to land on both 20 and 1.
But we did.
Do we call this slashing damage?
Oh, what's it attacking with? Like it's claw thing?
It says here, says it's a slash across the eyes, normal damage and target permanently blinded, reflex negates.
I hope I'm blinded permanently. Which dice should I try for
You're
the
like the
dice?
renamed Castile No Looker.
Can I go with one die? With my bad dice that goes through punches?
You can say
Alright, what's my
15
reflexes?
DC.
This is exciting.
That's incredible.
Oh, slide.
I know, what is it? Reflex.
15.
Yeah, unfortunately I did it.
Oh, so these pincers slash right across your eye and cut into your eyeball on one of your eyes.
Gee, that's not going to help my whole file.
For 13 hit points damage across your face. Wow, that's full on.
14 or 13?
13.
Yeah. Oh.
And you see his precious organs
My
attack.
precious organs.
Your precious eyes, which are so valuable to you in certain context. Wow, full on.
Alright. Stumble back.
Your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stumble
So
back, I guess.
Crawl backwards, yeah. On your bum.
And I'm gonna...
You will get an attack of opportunity if you move that far back. You're gonna let him do that?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yep. 26?
Yep.
Oof. So legs and 17 hit points damage as claws and things rip into you and slap you and pummel you as you crawl out of the way.
Oh! This girl over here,
Yeah.
what's she doing?
Through the blood, which is running down.
Yeah, I stumbled
running down
looking,
your head.
my eyes
Yeah,
literally
of course you
looking
can see the one good eye that's not filled with blood. You can see what you could only really describe as an. I mean, she's a child, but like an evil grin. Not like an evil grin, but an evil grin, like she's taking delight in what's happening.
I'm gonna throw a lemon at her. I'm so angry at the situation, and my I really want to be able to see properly, and this whole thing has hindered me.
That's incredible.
And I'm so blinded by rage and blood that I'm just gonna pick up a lemon and chuck it at her head.
Excellent. Do so.
Because it irritates me. I don't know what I was rolling to hit.
Let's say you have a lemon to hand. I mean, normally you have to draw the lemon first. I think this is too good.
Cool. Well, I don't know what I'm rolling to hit. But
well, I guess the range increment of a lemon would be something like 15 feet. So let's say one range increment. So you're attacking at -2. Her AC is like only 12. So.
Oh yeah, hit easy. Hit easy. Yeah. Smack.
Lemon to the face.
So she's like grinning. She's looking at the Wereweta and the whole sort of situation. She's almost. I mean, she's looking at the Wereweta. Yeah, not so much what the Wereweta's doing to you, but like she almost knows the Wereweta.
Oh,
and
nice.
then suddenly she gets hit in the head by a lemon. Is it a nice firm lemon you chose, or a squishy lemon?
It's a preserved lemon.
Preserved lemon.
I don't know.
A little bit soft.
A little bit soft, yeah.
So it hits her in the head, in the let's say right on the crown, and you see her twist away and put her head
distance,
to
it's
her
going to hit
hand,
pretty hard.
and sort of you hear a little cry from her.
Excellent. You're rolling for damage from a lemon. One hit point.
She dies. That's right. Next is Jataya.
You're a horrible child.
I'm oblivious to all of this.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on killing this.
You can do a full
horrible
attack.
monster.
You can do a full attack.
So I'm gonna
monster.
do a vital strike.
Ooh, what does that do?
So that I roll my damage twice.
Wow.
Not the
if
flame,
you hit.
just
That's cool.
if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hit,
So it's
roll.
like a critical hit. Times 2 critical hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. But you only take one attack this round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Which
Ooh,
will
that's a
hit?
hit.
Fantastic.
Horrible hit.
So 46 plus 1d6.
Oh, that was a terrible roll.
I got a lot of fire damage.
But plus the attack
so-
bonus twice, plus the damage bonus twice.
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
right?
So
Whoa.
it's what's that? 7 plus 16.
Might be like to go
23.
more music, less dragon.
Let's try.
So as in you can actually, there's actually a preset there.
Hey, there's an angry dragon out there.
You can actually go preset.
20.
Whoa.
What is that? 23 plus
23?
6 fire.
Whoa. Whoa. Ow. Good. So you
So
slash.
it's just a two-handed, just driving the sword down into the
So
top,
you
top
sort
of its head.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of between the head and the body.
Okay,
where
so
the
sort of-
exoskeleton
Yeah,
sort of
okay, yeah, your sword pops in a satisfying way through a part of the exoskeleton, and it
hot fluid sort of hisses out.
Oh, and it makes a screeching noise and a chitter, like that.
Cool.
And it thrashes. It's going to try and dislodge you and knock you down.
Mm-hmm.
What's your CMD?
Good question. 21.
It gets
Not enough.
only 20.
Oh.
Okay, so it doesn't get to knock you down, but it does turn and rush away up through this tree of swarming grasshoppers.
I'm not going to follow.
But you can take a free attack at it if you like, as it turns, because it didn't manage to knock you down.
I think you should do that.
I think I should do that. What kind of free attack can I take?
Just a single attack at your maximum bonus.
Okay. But none of these
None of the
strikes.
fancy stuff.
Oh dear. Wasn't great, was it?
AC 20?
Yeah, I got 14.
Oh, wow.
I did roll
Missed.
a 2. That's the first
Jataya
miss
misses.
I think Jataya has ever had against anything.
So it goes crashing up through this tree, smashing straight through it.
Thousands
Of these grasshoppers get flown out, sort of all landing on the ground. This Wereweta doesn't have wings; it's a flightless grasshopper, and so do all the Wetas also, and they all drop to the ground and start hopping towards you.
Yeah, they all start swarming us.
Yeah.
Like a swarm?
I turned off the dragon.
Yes.
There's not much left if you do that.
And it swarms. These things are swarming towards you on the ground.
Oh, good.
It's lemon time.
I wonder if that would work.
A lemon?
They're just little
I think lemons are
insects.
the answer to everything.
Lemon.
Absolutely.
Is it my turn?
Throw me a lemon.
It's your turn, Castile.
Throw
Okay.
me a lemon, Castile.
My first action, throwing him a lemon. Second action is pick up one of my own, throw it.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
You can throw it or squeeze it at them.
I squeeze it first so it's all mushy and then chuck it at him. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it has a blast
Excellent.
radius.
Well,
effect.
AC 10.
It's like a grenade.
What happens if I botch this?
Well, if
That's
you
what
botch
I-
it, yes.
No, easy.
It's
And
not
it's a
possible.
critical on a lemon. It's 18.
17 through 20.
So what you do is you start spraying these things with lemons. They're all sort of coming at you. The juice absolutely deters them, and they start
Throws off their
dispersing.
pheromones.
Meanwhile, this Wereweta you can hear crashing off through the hills and through the trees and things, and disappears up over the hill. and you manage to stomp on a few of these
crunchy, tasty
now
flavored
morsels.
with lemon.
And you're just sort of there doing that as little Miss Bitchy Pants comes stomping past you and goes to walk down the path past you.
Can I grab a handful of these grasshoppers and throw them at her?
Yes.
Then I shall.
You just love throwing things in there.
What?
Why do you keep doing
Take that home.
What are you going to do?
Ranged attack. You
I'll
take
take-
1d2 points of dex damage, and your speed is reduced to half until healed. So you're
What
actually...
did I do?
You manage to... So you throw hard, you manage to put your arm out and
Put my leg
swing,
out, wouldn't
and
it?
you swing and trip and fall on the ground.
Hilarious. So 1d what?
1d2 dex damage.
Do you want to make your roll? Do you have a dice for 1d2?
Oh, I don't. If only I had one. Okay, let's say yes is 2. No, okay, so just 1. So you don't. It has no effect.
Oh, actually, yeah, it actually doesn't, yeah.
And you manage to fall, and you sprain your leg rather badly.
You horrible, nasty girl!
She goes-
Calm down. Calm down. We just need to get back to the city, pick up our 20 gold pieces, and be done with this.
So you can imagine
Eating.
this classic.
Oh, I thought it was a lemon.
This classic scene is this little girl with blonde locks tromps her way down the path, angrily stomping, and this bloodied, blood
true
pouring out
heroes.
his eyes, limping after her, and a slightly damp fighter, and thus you find your way to the front gates of the town and go through with what can only be knowing nods from the guards as you re-enter.
That's
And
right.
we'll have a break there, I think.
Yeah!
Great. I need a break.
I need a lemon.